Hello everybody, my name is Frosty Mate and welcome back to the 51st episode of our Adventure Quest World's Fresh Start series. And in this episode I'm going to be completing the BLOODTUSK troll lore. At the moment we're in BLOODTUSK War and I haven't been to this place in absolutely ages. I remember coming here quite often to get these victory totems, things like that, to get the daily quests for the reputation. So it was really nice to sort of come back here and take a look. I actually forgot that you had to defeat all of the monsters in the area to get to the boss. And you can see that my character is looking very strange at the moment with this sort of war... I think they called it a war paint. But it just completely changes how you look completely with my helmet there and my weapon. This is pre-recorded, so the weapon that I have I only just got from the Nibelon event a few weeks ago, so yeah, that's why my level may be a bit different, or my gold. But I'm really happy to get the BLOODTUSK section out of the way because I've never known such a confusing lore to actually complete and get done. I mean, I know there's two sections, the troll and the hawk. I think they're called hawks. I don't know, I never actually go on that side. I always just went for the troll one because back in the day the troll spellsmith class used to be overpowered, so everybody just used to go for that one. So I don't think I've actually ever done the hawk section, and to be fair, there's no need to. I'm definitely not going to be doing it on this account because I'm just sort of going through the lore and defeating the Chaos Lords, so that's all I need to do. And yeah, I'm definitely not going back to do the hawk one because it's just so confusing. I don't know, they really need to rework this this section. I think there's no sort of telling you where you need to go. I mean, you know, if you're a new player and you had to click that Ravine Temple or whatever it was called, you know, you might not actually think to click that, and then you'll be looking around hours trying to find the locations, and it just doesn't help the situation. At the beginning of the storyline is very confusing as well because you've got the main sort of troll area where they have their houses and all that sort of thing, but then you've got the crossroads and you just never know where to go. And there's probably a lot of people that maybe started on the troll and then they thought they had to go start the hawk as well, so they're doing two lots of work when only, you know, you just need to pick one side. But it's over and done with now, so it doesn't matter, you know, we can move on to the next one, which is the span, and I don't actually believe I've completed that before. On my main account I haven't done it before, so no, I don't think I've done this one. I sort of stopped doing the lore once my friends sort of stopped playing the game because that's who I'd play them, you know, do the lore with. So after that I didn't really have the motivation to do the lore, and there was a time and a place where I would just sort of do other things, maybe hang out in yoga and stuff like that. I don't do that anymore, but back in the day I used to do it quite often on the Galanov server. So yeah, I think I wasted a lot of time in that place. So that's probably why I don't do it too often now, because it's just the majority of the people are just AFKing, and it just doesn't make any sense to me anymore to do it. So yeah, I think it's more beneficial to actually do things on the game than just sort of AFK there, just sit and look at the computer screen and just not doing anything. It baffles me what people still do it. But you're going to see in this video that I actually get a lot of loot, and this is one of the main reasons why I go back and do the storylines, because you rediscover items you've not seen before, and it's just amazing the amount of loot that I got. Some really nice armors and weapons that I've never seen before, and yeah, it's just good to go back and do these quest lines because you just forget about all of the items that these monsters drop, because they're not important monsters. You know, you go to this place, complete the place, and you'll never see the monsters again. But it's at the time and the place, at the specific year when they created the events and stuff, they thought, oh yeah, we'll give this item, or sorry, we'll give this monster some items, and so they can get it when the new release is. But to be fair, if you're a new player, you may not specifically go for the quest lines. You may just look up on YouTube how to level up quickly or something like that, and you might just go ahead and do that, because apart from killing Drakath, I think the lore isn't actually a requirement to do anything. I know some specific maps don't allow you to enter it unless you've done a specific storyline or done some quests, or, you know, the lore and stuff like that. So fair play if you have to do that, that's fine. But if you don't need to go to those areas, you don't have to do the lore. And I think maybe that's something that Adventure Quest Worlds could look into and make it a mandatory thing, because I don't know, I feel like people are missing out on quite a lot of items and just experience, finding out more about the game. And if you don't do it, you won't know what other people are talking about. There may be some people who watch my videos that haven't done the lore and maybe find these videos quite helpful. But there may be some people that have already done it and they just enjoy watching me play through it. I'm not too sure, to be honest, but hopefully these videos can help you in some way. But I'm quite looking forward to doing the span and the rest of the lore because it's stuff that I've never touched before, so it's going to be new for both of us. Me being, you know, not doing it before, and you guys seeing it for the first time as well on my channel. So yeah, I think it's going to be awesome to do that. I might need your guys' help though, to be honest, because I really will have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I could potentially do some lore live streams from now on. I think that might be quite good. Maybe every couple of weeks or something like that. It gives people the opportunity to also do those quest lines with me, and that way I will have your guys' help straight away because there'll be the chat for you to talk to me when I do the videos. I know a lot of people want me to do live streams as well, but every time I do a live stream something has to go wrong. Last time it was the latency, or it was just massively lagging. It was, I don't know, like literally I turned off my computer, reset the router, and by the time I turned it back on it still said I was live, and it was still delayed by about 5 minutes, and it was still showing that I was playing the game, and I was like, am I still live streaming or what is going on? And I don't understand how you stop a live stream either. Like every time I say, alright guys, thanks for tuning in, see you later, I'm thinking for about 5 minutes, how do I turn this thing off? It's just awkward. I need to practice more on live streams, but there's no way of doing that without you know, actually live streaming. So you might just have to bear with me on that one. It's not something that I'm confident in doing, just because everything goes wrong. But we'll see, you know, maybe one day we'll get a bit of luck and it will actually be okay. I believe my first live stream was actually alright. I can remember it went quite smoothly. I think I've had about 200 people watching as well, so that was pretty cool. I'm trying to think what we were doing. Something Nulgarth related, I think. It may have been the Nulgarth event. I'm not too sure. Well, no, that was the last one. Yeah, I don't know, but it actually went quite well, so that was good. I was happy that went well. So yeah, maybe I'll do some live streams soon. It's just, yeah, it's hard to find a time or place to do it. Just creating videos in general as well, actually, to be honest, is getting a little bit more difficult. I don't know why that is. I used to be able to crack on and do about 2 videos a week, but for some reason, I don't know what it is. I don't know. This is my first video in a week. I think last week I only did 1 video as well. It's just really difficult to find the time at the moment. I'm not really sort of motivated to play Adventure Quest Worlds or any Artix Entertainment game at the moment, to be honest. I think I go through stages where I just play the hell out of it for so long, you know, 5 hours a day or something like that, you know, really grinding, and then I think I just get sick of it and I just log in for about 3 minutes, change my set, have a look at it, yeah, it looks alright, and then I just log off. And I think I've got into the habit where I only log on when I record. I don't log in for the sake of logging in and just enjoying it. I'm not saying that I don't enjoy recording, but every time I go on to Adventure Quest Worlds now, it's mainly because I have to record something for a video. Like it's not like I could go and just farm a Juggernaut item on Fresh Start, because I would have to record it, and if I were to record it, then I'd have to edit it and upload it. Like, I can't do things without recording it, otherwise you guys will be like, well, how has he just managed to get that? So that's why I think I really have to sort of plan what I'm going to do, because I just can't go on and play the game and do what I want to do, because it won't make sense when the next video comes out, because I'll have all these different items, and you know, it's not fair for you guys to just witness me getting stuff and not recording it. But sometimes it can be not difficult, but it's just a hassle sometimes. So yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I just need to play it on Frosty Mate instead. But to be honest, I don't even know what I use the most anymore. I've got a feeling I probably play on Fresh Start a lot more than Frosty Mate, although I have been doing some Legion token farming on him recently to try and get the ultimate Lich King. But yeah, I don't know, Frosty Mate is more of a sort of cosmetic account where I've had like rares and I just, you know, equip those, make some really nice sets, play the game for a little bit and then log off. But Fresh Start is where I do business, you know, and actually farm items properly, and you know, but I think that maybe because of the Fresh Start series, who knows. But these weapons that I've got on at the moment, I still have them to this day because I think they're actually really nice. I've never seen them or many people wear them whatsoever, so that's, you know, going back to what I was saying just a few moments ago about how you can rediscover all these new items and all that sort of thing, and I actually really like them. I still have them now. Unfortunately, I got rid of or the majority of the items that you see me getting and accepting in this video, just for inventory space and things like that. But yeah, I actually managed to keep these ones because I really like them. It's just a shame I don't really have any items or armors to go with it. I've got yeah, I mean, I've got the Blade Master, the Dark Ninja Garb, which sort of goes with them, but it's that sort of bluey metal color which I really like, and they look slightly embossed, you know, they look really nice. And yeah, it's just a shame I don't really have any items to sort of match them. Maybe you guys can suggest an armor that will go really well with them in the comment section below. Maybe the Ultimate Lich King armor, but I need something sort of metal looking or the same sort of color. But yeah, at the moment I don't have any armors that actually suit it very well. And you'll see later on I get some really nice chaotic theme items, but that's more towards the end of the video, where I defeat the Chaos Lord and the sort of monsters between there. So here's another one, the Troll's Pledge, and you can have a look at this one here, the Dual Warblades, not as nice. And the Troll's Pledge, I mean, that one's quite nice. I was surprised it had an animation on it, but I do believe I actually get rid of it later on in the video. It's, you know, don't get me wrong, it's quite nice, but for a members item and, you know, the style of it's probably not what I would go for in a weapon, so it does get deleted unfortunately, but there we have it. So this little technique that I've thought of, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do it, but when you go to a map and the map is just really long, you have to go all the way to the end of the map, complete the quest, and then run all the way back. What I tend to do now is just copy and paste basically the map name, so if there's no cutscene towards the end of the quest, because sometimes there is and you get away with it and it puts you right onto the next quest anyway. But in this sort of situation where you have to run, kill all these light orbs or find all of them, especially when you have to click them off the ground, and you find yourself all the way at the end of the map and you're thinking, do I really have to run all the way back? What I tend to do is just go to my house and then just copy and paste the map name in there, so you go all the way back to the beginning again, and it literally takes a few seconds to do that. It just sort of depends if you mind running back and forth or not, you know, because sometimes it can get fairly annoying, especially if the map is quite big. I've been playing this game for so many years and I've only just realised and thought of the idea now. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, moving on into the video, I've skipped quite a bit of this because the gameplay footage was over 40 minutes long and I really have to sort of try and nail everything down, so I skipped the majority of the ending of that section there, and we're going straight on into the next bit. As you can see here, we are now in Dream Nexus, and this place is pretty confusing. You have to run around all these places, discover the areas and different islands, and then there's just a lot of running around to do, so it's fairly annoying, but you'll see me here completing this section as well, and this is where the boss fight is for the final Chaos Lord. So yeah, this is the last section, and then after this the whole of the BLOODTUSK lore will be completed. So yeah, it's quite good to finish this off. As I said earlier, it is very confusing, and you can see here one of the armor that I've got at the moment is actually really nice. There's a bit of animation towards the bottom near the weapon and stuff like that, as you can see. Getting a nice katana as well, chaotic themed, and yeah, it's just awesome getting all this new loot. Definitely worth your while, you know, doing the storylines, just because you can get all this new loot and stuff like that. So I actually get a cape as well that matches this set really nicely. So I'm not sure, maybe somebody, I've got a feeling somebody used this armor in the Chaos character page showcase compilation that I've done when I first started. I'm not entirely sure, I might have to re-look at that, but that was the first quest done, and then into the, actually no, sorry, that was the second one, this is the third one now, and this one took a little while because you had to kill like 10 monsters and collect all these plants or the petals, but because there was like 3 different islands, you just had to run around, and there was a section where I couldn't find the last one, and I was running around and I thought I'd looked everywhere, and to be fair, they're quite hidden as well, these blue serpents. The I actually can't read what that says or how to pronounce it, but those blue serpents there, they are actually quite hidden if they're behind it or something like that. So yeah, I had to run around and try and find all these feathers. So yeah, I did skip ahead onto that one, and you can see here, this is the cape. I do unfortunately get rid of that staff, even though it would have gone quite well with the armor I had. Here is what the pair of shadows, just a few daggers there, but you can't really see it, and it doesn't really matter because I have that one anyway, the cape of shadowed, what does that even say, prows or something like that, which is just basically the weapon I've got in my hand but on my back. So yeah, it's a win-win situation really, because I needed the inventory space anyway, and I think I end up deleting all this stuff, so it's sort of, you know, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If I was a free-to-play player or just like a standard player playing for the first time, I think that I would have different feelings towards these items that I'm getting, but because I know that they're just sort of generic drops and you can get them anytime, you know, there's no real reason for me to keep them, especially when I need to keep my inventory space for Nolgarth or Dage the Evil farming. But this cutscene sort of confused me a little bit, because he traps the Chaos Lord, and you either kill him or her there and then, or you free her, but then you just have to defeat her anyway. So it's very strange. Maybe you defeat her and then the sort of she turns back to normal again or something like that. But yeah, I don't see the point in that choice, because you have to defeat the Chaos Lord anyway. But here's the last fight, ladies and gentlemen, and I believe this was the first boss that they implemented the new mechanic where you cannot use your abilities. Although I've got a feeling the Ultra boss on the Sand Sea one also stopped you from using abilities. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there we are. That was a very easy fight. And unfortunately, you know, even not being able to use some abilities, a Void High Lord is just too powerful. And that reminds me, actually, I need to rank up those classes still, the Legion Doom Knight and the Exalted Harbinger, because apparently that one, the new class, is actually really good. And I've always wanted to try the Legion Doom Knight as well. So, but that is it, guys. The lore is completed. Well, for the troll bit anyway. I'm definitely not going to be doing the Hawk one, because I really do not want to do that all over again. And we're into the next bit now, which is the span lore. And yeah, as I said earlier in the beginning of this episode, I've not done it before, so I might need some of your guys' help. And then the next one's a Lion Fang, which I can't exactly remember what sort of is that the dark? It's called like, oh, there you go, you can see it there, Thunder Forge. But anyway, that's going to be it from me, guys. Really hope you enjoyed this one. It's a bit of a longer one for you. Stay tuned for the next episode, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.